What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. It's a college hockey special. Been slacking on it, but that's what you do when college hockey's on hiatus and you're going to focus on the NHL and the World Juniors. But I digress. Last night, huge tilt between the Merrimack Warriors and the Boston University Terriers. I was fortunate enough to be in attendance. Thanks, Garrett. Great game. BU getting the big 4-2 double with the number 7 team in the country, who is like a Tom Petty song, Free Fallin'. They got off to a hot start, and they've been struggling ever since. They're, I think, 3-5-1 since starting out 9-0-1. They're the number one team in the country for a couple of weeks. And, it's crunch time for the Warriors. I think they got to, look at themselves and say, what do we want to do to improve ourselves going into the second half of the season? And the Hockey East playoffs are, 2 months away. You're, like I said, halfway through the season. You got to look at how you can improve yourself and how you can make the necessary adjustments to keep up with being a top 10 ranking. Was the spotlight shining too brightly on them? Perhaps. I think that might be one of the things that hurt them. Was it's a program that, all due respect, really has not had too much success, and all of a sudden they're the number one team in the country. Was the spotlight, like I said, too bright? If they want to avoid having an epic collapse and missing the tournament altogether, they gotta find it within themselves to play better, play a more refined game. They were turning the puck over way too much last night. And for the majority of the game, they were scared. They got an early goal. They were up 1-0 early, and then that was it. They ended up throwing one in later. But there wasn't a full 60-minute effort there, and that's the difference between BU and Merrimack. Now, one of the Terriers, first home game since losing Charlie Coyle and Corey Trevino, obviously for two vastly different reasons. 2 of your top scorers. How does a team that's been somewhat inconsistent replace that offense? You really don't replace 2 of your top scorers by, overnight, and it takes a team effort to do that. And one guy that stepped up and had a great game last night was Sahir Gill, an undrafted free agent out of British Columbia. Kid played excellent. Great goal and a nice in-the-slot shot. Just what you got to do, and add an assist, too. He really moved up 2 spots from the third to the first-line center, and almost overnight became the team's first-line center. And he's got 16 points in 18 games, so he's right around a point-a-game player. Plays a sound two-way game. Great offensive player. Had very good numbers last year as a freshman, and he's been passed over in 2 drafts. I don't know how that happens. He had 25 points in 39 games last year as a freshman. Former Vernon Viper and teammate of Mike Collins and Garrett Noonan. Won the IVC Cup with those guys, and pretty cool stuff. See 3 guys that were on a championship team in Vernon compete against each other in Hockey East is pretty cool. But it's what you like to see. Back to being an undrafted free agent, him and Mike Collins, like I said, fan of the show. Both undrafted free agents from Vernon and Hockey East, are both having phenomenal years. And I think pro scouts that were looking at him last night, a lot of guys in suits sitting near where I was. So, you look at previous guys that have been undrafted free agents from those 2 schools and had tremendous success. Stefan DaCosta this year has been up with Ottawa. He's down at the moment, I believe. And John Cullen, about 20 years ago from BU, was an undrafted free agent. Turned out to have a hell of an NHL career with Pittsburgh, the Whalers, and I think he ended up in Tampa. I think all roads lead to Tampa at some point, which I want to talk about. BU's forecheck was unbelievable last night. Parker changed some things up, and the counterattack. Merrimack wasn't taking good enough care of the puck, and BU's counterattack with speed and finesse through the neutral zone. Matty Nieto had a great game. A couple great shots. Got robbed point blank on a one-timer in the third period that would have iced the game. But he was hungry on the puck, and I think BU's best forecheck last night was redshirt freshman Yassine Cisse. Kid was hitting everything at sight, using the big frame to protect the puck, and really making life miserable for the Merrimack defenseman. I mean, that's the way you got to play. You just lost 2 top scorers. You got to change your style in order to match the success you've been having through different means. Change the power play up a little bit. Chiasson, second round pick of Dallas Stars, had a nice goal too on a one-timer in the slot. They're cycling the puck more. I really like the puck movement I saw in the power play from them. And like I said, I can't talk enough about the forecheck. It was amazing. Everyone was getting in. They were hungry on the puck. They're forcing Merrimack's defense to make bad choices with the puck, forcing Canada into a couple turnovers, and ultimately making life miserable. And that's what you got to do. When you lose 2 highly skilled guys, you got to make up offense through cycling, winning battles, winning the one-on-one battles. You go out there and win your one-on-one battles. Those lead to scoring chances, which ultimately 9 times out of 10 leads to goals. At some point, obviously, Hawk always showed like that can happen. But I'm really happy with what I saw, and I'm wondering, are they still a Frozen Four contender? Yeah. Kieran Milan won a national championship. Granted, he was on a stacked team that year. But, you win one as a freshman. Might as well win as a senior going out. If they get forecheck and keep the scoring down, let their defensemen keep the shots to bad angles. Garrett Noonan and Adam Clendenning both had pretty good games last night, forcing shots to the outside and, making it hard for Merrimack to create quality scoring chances, A couple sloppy turnovers, but, that's something you can work on. Clendening's playing his first game since the World Juniors, so that one bad pass led to a somewhat decent scoring chance, just kind of iron out the kinks and shit like that, but for the most part, I was really happy with what I saw. It was a full 60-minute effort, and that's how you're going to win games. You're not going to replace Coyle and Trevino by having someone else score a ton of points. Everyone chips in a little bit more. Everyone works a little bit harder. Everyone, brings what they can do to the table. And ultimately, you're going to win as a team. You're not going to rely on an individual to have, a 4-point game every night. It just doesn't work like that, unless you're, the Edmonton Oilers of the late 80s, where Gretzky can go out and have 6 points and you're going to win, no matter how many goals Grant Fuel lets up. But, I'm really, really happy with what I saw, and I definitely think they have a chance to beat BC in the Hockey East tournament, and ultimately, down the line, I think they can make the run of the Frozen Four. Like I said, if Milan plays as well as he can, and the defense keeps the turnovers to a minimal, and the forwards stay hungry on the puck, you're going to score some. You're going to get a couple lucky bounces, and that's what you got to do. They, just hopefully the bounces go your way. And like we saw today with the Bruins, a couple bad bounces here and there lead to, penalties, lead to goals against. They can keep that to a minimum, keep puck possession, and just ultimately outwork the other team. Because like I said, that's how you're going to win games. And I'm really looking forward to see how they respond in the weeks ahead. They got the big one Sunday night against the development team. That's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to that. Development team's obviously a great opponent. They got some highly skilled guys going to be top picks in this upcoming NHL draft. And, even though they're younger, the skill level's there. And hopefully you can get a good confidence-building win against them, against the younger kids, what you want to see. Next upcoming games for the Terriers, we got Harvard on Saturday, a week from tonight. And Northeastern Friday. It's going to be Vinny Saponari's first game against his former mates. Should be a lot of animosity there. Looking forward to seeing that. And, beyond that, just keep working and keep the puck out of the net and keep the turnovers to a minimal. And you're going to get some fortunate bounces that are going to lead to goals. That's really all I got to say. And tip for the power play with CJ recapping the Merrimack BU game on January 6, 2012. Later, guys.